Hello everybody, my name is Ade Martins. I'm the head designer Marco Martinez and Adebola Moda. I'm here to show you how to take jacket measurements for men, jacket and pants basically for full suit measurement, just the way we want it in our factory. Please note this measurement might not work for another production, just for us, especially for us and our clients. So the first thing you will need is your measuring tape, and the tailor's tape is just like this. Please do not get carpenter's tape. Tailor's tape is what you need, flexible. Okay, there are two sides to it. There's the centimeter side and the inches side. We want to concentrate on the inches side. That's what we need for our factory. Okay, so you're going to start with understanding that the tailor tape runs from 0 all the way to 60. Okay, so every time you're taking a measurement, you're going to be starting from the origin, which is 0. So knowing that, you need a partner, someone else to take your measurement for you. You do not need a tailor. I just get someone that's meticulous enough to watch this video, understand it, and follow it. Okay. So basically, starting with the back measurement for the jacket. So before we proceed, remember there's a form we would have sent to you. The form is usually in PDF form or sent to your phone. So that form, you can download it and use or print it out or something, or rewrite it out on a piece of paper and use the form to fill all the measurements will be taken for the jacket and the pants. So we are starting out with the jacket measurement, which is the body measurement. So for the body measurement, we're going to start with the back, all the way from the back, all the way to the sleeves. You can release your hand, all the way. Then we'll go to the body. So for the back measurement, make sure your tape, again, starts from the origin, which is 0. You make sure the tape flows along the shoulder length. So make sure you copy the shape of the shoulder. Another thing you must understand is you want to start where the shoulder meets the arm. The junction where the shoulder meets the arm is your starting and your ending point. So first point is around here. You'll feel a bone around here, usually around this area, where the bone ends. And then you watch out for the flesh as well. So this should be okay. Then you slide the tape across, make it flow. And you can see where the tape begins to dip down. Immediately where the tape begins to dip down is your stopping point. You do not stop the tape around here. That won't work for a jacket. You do not stop your tape around here. That will be too short and it won't work. Exactly the point here should be around here, which is around, for him, it's going to be around, it's going to be around 19 for him, for the back measurement. For you, it could be 20, it could be 21, it could be anything. Just make sure you follow the tape and the measurement is exactly how you want the suit to be or the jacket to be. So I'm going to have my point here. It's actually even 19 and a half, not 19. So I'm using my second index finger, which is my origin index finger. I'm moving it all the way here. I'm using that finger to spot this point, 19 and a half, so that I can move my tape away. So I move my tape away, I still have my spot because I'll be needing that point to go all the way down. So if you see in this particular case, his sleeves is too baggy and too long. It's going to affect what I'm doing. So I'll ask him to open it up and fold it because it's going to affect my reading. As he's doing this, notice my index finger is still at the spot where it should be. Okay, so that's fine. I wanted to expose his wrist bone. I must see his wrist bone. There must be no watches, no bangles, no restrictions. So from here where I stopped, I'm moving again from my origin point, which is 0. I'm placing it here. I'm carefully taking it. I'm going to take 3 stops around, 2 stops is fine for a jacket, around the arm region. My first stop will be is bicep, the widest part of the bicep, which is around here. I can feel it. The widest part of the bicep is around here. So which is about 9 inches for him. I'll put it down in the form. Then the next measurement for the jacket will be where the jacket sleeve will stop. I always advise for it to stop at the ankle bone, at the wrist bone, sorry. So the wrist bone is around here, which is 23 and quarter for him. Some people 25, some people 26. Whatever you see on your tape, please trust it and put it down. So the next thing to do will be to take the fullness of the arm. The fullness of the arm will be the fullness of the bicep. So you're going to take the bicep twice. The first one you're going to take will be the bicep, especially when it's full. So the first one I advise is for you to take it full. So I advise him to bend his arm and then adjust your tape. Make sure the tape is not tight and make sure the tape is not free. This should be exact form of his arm. So what I'm having here is 13 and a half. I'll put it down at the round sleeve measurement. So that for jacket, that should be enough. We don't need any other thing here. Once you get this right, we can factor out all the other measurements needed all the way down for jackets. So the next measurement here will be his neck measurement, the chest measurement, the waist measurement, the hip measurement, and then the jacket length. So for the neck measurement, again, you start from your 0 point, take it all the way, make sure there are no hindrances. It's always best to face the person that I'm measuring, but because of this video, I will not face him so that you can see what I'm doing. So you put it down, and then make sure the tape is sitting on the neck. Do not take at this point, it's too high. Make sure the tape is sitting on the neck, at the base of the neck. Then you put 1 index finger in between. Just 1 is okay. So whatever it is there, you see it from that starting point to the end point and you mark it down as your round neck measurement. The next will be the chest measurement, which is the fullness of the chest. You want to take the chest at the widest part of the chest, not at this point. The widest part is where the chest meets the arm. So you're going to go this way. You pass the tape from 0, this is my 0 point, all the way here. Then you would push it such a way that you can raise your hand a bit. You make sure the tape at the back is not falling off. And then in the front, make sure the tape is wide enough to show you the exact form of the chest. Do not over tighten the chest this way. You're not going to give us the right measurement we need. Just make sure it's free enough for you to be able to shift the tape just a little. So whatever you get here is the chest measurement. You put it down. In this case, I'm having 38 3/4, and I put it down. So the waist measurement, we advise you to use the biggest part of the waist, the belly button area. Make sure the tape is free enough, but not too free. Just okay. All right? So that should be the exact measurement. You put it down for the waist. Then for the hip, go to the widest part of the bum area. You make sure the tape passes across the middle of the bum, all the way in front here. The widest part Make sure your tape is not falling. It's always best, you can fold your hand together. It's always best to fold your hand. It's easier for me to navigate. So, just like this is perfect. Make sure the tape is not slanted. The tape is straight, horizontal enough, and then you take the hip measurement. The next measurement you'll be taking now is the body length measurement. So for the body length measurement, you should understand that you have to start from the highest point connecting the neck and the shoulder, which is around here. Please do not measure around here. It's going to give you a totally wrong measurement. Do not measure in between here. It will be wrong. Make sure you start at the highest point around here. Make sure the tape passes in front of the chest and crosses all the way. Get the person you're measuring to put their hand close to their thigh, just like this, so you can see where you want to stop. So for male measurement, for male suit or jacket, we will advise you to always stop around this first thumb bone. So around the first thumb bone is where you want it to be. So if you trace it all the way back here, you can see this is 29.5. That's enough. From that point, you can mark it down as the suit length or the jacket length. Thank you very much. We'll be moving to the pant length. So for the pant length, you want to ask him to fold his arm, because you'll be going around the waist, the hip, the thighs, the calf, the bottoms, and the full length. So make sure your form is close by while you feel. Again, make sure you're starting from 0. Pass your tape around the waist. If you pass it around the waist properly, make sure for the waist, make sure it is firm enough. Make sure the waist is firm. Waist is the only measurement that we want you to take firmly, as we don't want the pant to drop when it's being worn. So this should be firm enough, and then you take the measurement. For the hip, all the way the same way. Make sure your tape is horizontal enough. Then you free the hip. Make sure the tape can pass back and forth. Okay? You can guide with the second arm here, and then mark. Make sure it's not too tight, and make sure it passes across the middle of the bum. Then you can take it, make sure it's not too tight. Then your next measurement will be the thigh measurement. For thigh measurement, you need to bend and go down this way. You can open your leg a bit, please. Yes. So for the thigh measurement, I'm going to take the highest point on the thigh. Do not take around here. It's going to give you a wrong reading. It has to be the highest point, the fullest part of the thigh. Pass it across. Make sure the tape is straight enough, and then check. Make sure it's not tight, and make sure it's not too free. Take your measurement exactly at that point. Make sure it's not free, and make sure it's not tight. Just enough to show exactly how the thigh looks like. Then for the round knee, take it the same way as you took the thigh. Exactly the kneecap. The circumference of the kneecap is okay. No space given, no tightness. So you can put it down at the round knee. So your next measurement will be the round calf. The round calf will be the fullest part of the calf. Make sure it's not too tight and not too free. You take a measurement from 0 all the way to where it ends. Then, lastly, you're going to take the bottoms. The bottoms will be around the ankle area. Make sure you put 2 fingers in between here. Then you go round. Make sure it's tight enough. Sorry, make sure it's firm enough, not too tight. Just enough to show the circumference. Then you take the measurement. So close your feet, please. So the next thing we'll be doing is taking the full length of the pant. So we'll start with where you want to make sure he's wearing the pant well. You're starting with where the pant starts. Make sure the legs are close together and your tape origin is on a fixed point with your left arm. So the first stop will be the round knee. The round knee is where the kneecap is. Can you bend your knee forward? So this is where the kneecap is. You can put it back. So mark this area. This is 20, it could be 21, it could be 22 for you. You mark it down as the half length, trouser half length. The next stop will be the calf length. So the calf length will be the fullest part of the calf, the middle section of it. You take it from the same spot all the way to where it is, 25 here, and then you put it down. The next measurement will be the full length of the trouser, which is all the way down to where the ankle bone is. For men, it's preferable, it's just above the ankle, below the ankle bone. So after the ankle bone, cross the ankle bone a little, and then mark it. Whatever I get there is the trouser length. So yeah, I think that should be okay. You can put your hand down. So that's the guide you need for the jacket and the pants. Thank you very much.